guys and welcome in this new video. Today we're gonna deep inside the story of electro music from 70s to 90s. A lot of people changed the vision of the music in this period of history. So now take popcorn and let's start with the video.
In the 1970s, synthesizers became smaller and cheaper. No more giant rooms full of cables. Now, musicians could carry them on stage. Bands like Kraftwerk used synths to create a futuristic sound. Robotic, repetitive, but full of feeling. Their music was cold and mechanical, but it moved people. Meanwhile, in the UK, bands like Gary Numan, Depeche Mode and the Human League brought synth pop to the charts. They used drum machines and synths to replace guitars and drums. This was a new kind of pop music, clean, emotional and electronic. It wasn't underground, it was everywhere. At the same time, in clubs across the USA, disco was huge, but one man in particular changed the game. Giorgio Moroder. In 1977, he produced I Feel Love for Donna Summer, a track with a totally electronic backing. No real instruments, just synths and drum machines. This track was a revolution. It was sexy, hypnotic, future sounding, and it became a blueprint for everything that came after. To make electronic dance music, you need rhythm, and the rhythm came from machines. Enter the Roland TR-808. This drum machine had a deep kick, clicky snare, and spacey cowbell. At first, people thought it sounded weird and fake, but musicians saw its potential. Africa Bambaataa used it to create Planet Rock, a futuristic electro-funk anthem. Hip-hop, electro and techno, all them used the 808. Then came the Roland TR-909 with the puncher sound, perfect for the clubs. It became the heartbeat of house and techno. With these machines, you didn't need a drummer, you just needed a groove. In the early 1980s, something new happened in Chicago. DJs like Frankie Knuckles and Ron Hardy were mixing disco records in clubs, but also playing drum machines and tape edits live. They made their own tracks using synths, samplers and the TB-303 bass machine. This became house music, a style that kept the groove of disco, but stripped it down and made it more raw, more repetitive, more electronic. It was music for dancing all night long. No verses, no guitar solos, just rhythm and emotion. Meanwhile, in Detroit, a city full of factories and machines, another sound was growing. Joan Atkins, Derrick May, and Kevin Saunderson were inspired by Kraftwerk, funk, and science fiction. They created something colder, faster, and more futuristic than house. They called it techno. Techno was not just music, it was a vision. It was about the future, about robots, cities, and machines. It was minimal, mechanical, and hypnotic. Detroit techno wasn't just for clubs. It was an idea, a movement. In the late 1980s, house and techno arrived in Europe and exploded. In London, DJs started playing tracks from Chicago, mixing them with British dance styles. Then came acid house, a squishy, wild sound made with the TP-03. Wonky track, acid tracks by Future. Soon, illegal raves started popping up all over the UK countryside. Massive speakers, lights, thousands of people dancing in the dark. This was the second summer of love, between 1980 and 1989. Electronic music wasn't just a sound now, it was a culture. Freedom, unity, movement.
But not only in the sector of music are a lot of changes in this period, because how now we see the world from that moment never went back.
In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. Suddenly, East and West Berlin were united. And what did they do to celebrate? They danced. Old buildings, bunkers, basements all became clubs. This is where Berlin Techno was born. It was dark, loud and raw. No rules, no closing times, no mainstream. Clubs like Treasure became temples of sound, and Berlin became the capital of underground electronic music.
From Chicago to Berlin, from big machines to small machines used in stages, a lot of change passed through the story of electro music. It became a global culture that we know since today. So guys, the video is ended. I hope that you like it and give it to you a lot of informations that you was looking for. But now, put like, subscribe, and like always guys, you already know.